How's it going, Scrub Gamers? Welcome back to another video here at Scrub Games, and today we have the second of our reviews for the Fusion War starter decks. And if this is the second one, this can only mean this is the third strongest starter deck in my opinion for Fusion World, and that being Broly. Now, before we go into the deck and my reasons why I feel this is the third strongest of the starter decks, you can help out the channel by doing a few things. So you can drop a like on the video to let me know you like and enjoy the content. You can comment down below if there's anything I haven't covered, anything you disagree with. Like if you disagree, this is the third strongest, stuff like that. Comment down below so I can have a look and basically get back to you, have a bit of discussion, and also subscribe to the channel. That's one of the best things to do because we're trying to get to 1,000 subs currently before the end of the year, and you can do that by, if you're not subscribed, helping out and subscribing to the channel, and then that gives you access to all of it, like basically notifications to when my videos do come out, and the notification bell lets you notifies you when you're available to watch, so you can go watch it straight away, or know that it's about for you to watch when you're able to. So with that out of the way, let's have a look at this Green Broly deck and go over why I feel it's the third strongest of the decks. So, as we already discussed in the first one about the leaders, about what they are. Basically, all the things on the card here, all the best thing, like how it's Broly, how it's got a trait and stuff like that. So we're going to get a bit more brief over this one regarding the leader card. So as I said, on the front side, it's got the basic thing of when attacking you draw one, but this is the one that kind of differs from the other ones. So as you can see, its awakening is a little bit different for this one. So it's still got the attack, draw one, still 15k power. But for this one's awaken, it's when you're at 4 less life. Instead of drawing a card, you add one card from your life to your energy and rest mode, so you kind of ramp your card, which in Masters, we saw this was in blue, but in this one, it's in green for this set, so that's quite interesting. Like, ramp is usually in blue in Masters, but for Fusion World, they put it in green, and it's quite interesting, because, yeah, you don't draw a card like the other ones, but instead you gain an energy, but you don't gain access straight away, but you gain it in rest mode. So that means you kind of crit yourself down from 4 to 3, where the other one's at 4. And where they gain a card, you gain an energy, meaning you can make more plays. Because this deck energy wants to drop big things as quickly as possible, and the big things are beefy things as well. So then once you've done that, you then flip over your card. Now you go over to your awaken side, and as you see the difference, there's a big difference when you awaken though. And that is, instead of being 20k, you're 25k, so you're a lot more defensively. You got an extra 5k boost on your lead permanently all the time. And you don't have when attacking draw one. Now you no longer have that attack draw one. Now you gain your draw by the activate main, which is its unique effect plus its draw power. And this one, the reason why I feel this one isn't great is, even though it's a very strong leader, its effects tied to losing cards. So now it has the activate main once per turn, where you place one energy in your drop, so you're losing yourself an energy as the cost to then draw a card to gain advantage, like the other cards just need to attack to do so, and then gaining 5k power for the turn. So you make yourself a big 30k offensively, but then you're 25k defensively. But you've got to sack off an energy to draw one. Like, you can ramp, there are a fair bit few cards that ramp in here, but you're technically ramping so you can play big cards. So then you're not really gaining cards. Like, if you look at the other ones, what's the awaken? They're then once per turn, like every deck does, is draw a card at the start of the turn and decide if they want to charge a card or not. So they've gained one card there, and then typically they attack with the lead to then gain another card. So every turn when they're awakened for the other decks, if they don't want to charge, they're gaining two extra cards a turn, which is really good. Whereas for this deck, you can do the same as that, but then you start losing your energy where the other ones don't. So you either lose energy to be able to gain draw power and keep gain advantage, or if you want to not stay at the same energy and not lose energy, you have to charge a card, which means you're losing one of those two cards you draw a turn, meaning that you're technically gaining one card a turn, while the other ones are gaining two cards a turn. And also they get to go up more with their energy, where you're just losing your energy or staying the same constantly for the rest of the game. So you have to be, I feel like this one, you kind of want to hold off the aggression, like basically defend a little bit higher to get to later energies like the ramp, like awaken quite late in the game, so that way you've got enough energy to play all your cards that you want to play, and then awaken and then start sacking energy off, like charging, sacking off to basically just hit with big things. But yeah, I think there's a lot of hype around this because it's a huge lead that applies on some good pressure, but it can be susceptible to aggression early as well. If you're forced to awaken, it could be a bad time. So that's it with the lead. So that's the Broly lead. Now we'll have a look at the cards in the green star deck. So we got some of the first ones being we got Vegeta and Shimoyan. So the crit is in the green one as well, and we've also got a blocker as well. So we've got the Vegeta being a free cost 20k, so not the greatest power compared to its cost, but because it's got two other skills, it's only got 5k combo, and it's got critical, so it means if it does damage, your opponent puts it in the drop instead of add it to hand. So critical is in the green starter deck as well as the red one. And then it's also got permanent where if you've got 6 or more energy, this card is a 25k. So it kind of gets the same power as it should be for the cost when it's for its permanent, which is if you once you've got 6 or more energy, and consider this as a ramp deck, that's easy enough to do. Get yourself to 6 energy and just have this for free cost 25k with crit. It's not too bad. That means earlier in the game, before you get to 6 energy, it's not as great, but once you get to 6 or more energy, it's a little bit better. And then we've got the only blocker in the green deck. I think it's only the yellow deck that has fair few blockers, but for the other decks they've only got 1 or maybe 2 blockers. Can't remember if we saw a blocker in red actually. Really can't remember. But we got a blocker in green being Shimoan, and it's just a 1 cost blocker, 5k combo, 5k combo. You're normally going to use it for a blocker rather than combo power, so that's basically it for that one. Then we go on to the Paragus cards. So you've got 2 Paragus cards, and these have an interaction with Shimoan, the blocker. And they're both got the same stats. They're both 2 costs, both 15k, they're both 10k combo power, and they're both Paragus with the same. And they're saying, yeah. They've only got differences in their effects. Whereas the first Paragus, he's got an activate main, which is once per turn. If your leader is a Broly, and you have no Shimoan battle cards, you can play up to 1 Shimoan with a cost of 1 from your drop. So it means if you bring out the blocker, and use it to block and defend attack and it dies, you can use this Paragus next turn, as long as you've got no other Shimoans in your battle area, to revive it from the drop once a turn. So that's really good. And then you got this kind of same thing on the other Paragus, but he's got 2 effects. He's got an on play where you add up to 1 card from your left to your hands to help you awaken quickly if you need to be. And his other attack is 1 attacking, so he needs to attack to get this effect where the other one doesn't. If your leader is Broly, you have no Shimoan battle cards, play up to 1 Shimoan with a cost of 1 from your drop. So they both have the same kind of skill, just one needs to attack to get its effect, where one doesn't. But luckily for the Dragon Fusion World, same with Masters, there's no I can't remember what the term is called now for it. There's no summoning sickness. That's the one. There's no summoning sickness, meaning that the turn you play a card that is like the turn you play a card, you can attack with it. It's not like you play a card and you can't attack with it the turn you play it. You can attack with it the turn you play it. So there's no issue with that here, and it just means one of them doesn't have to attack. It means it's not susceptible to being attacked into, whereas the other one has to attack to get it out, but then it's susceptible to being attacked into to be killed, so it can't keep recurring like that. But then it also has the added benefit sticking your knife down if you need to help you get to your awakening stage when you want. So that is for the Paragus, pretty decent ones, and just nice to recycle that 1 blocker over and over again to help defend some attacks. To kind of fend off the aggression early, so you can get to later turn with higher energy. They just start dropping big bombs. Then we have our super combo for the deck. This one is King Vegeta, so exactly the same as we saw with the Shin in the red one. 7 costs, 15k, so it's kind of is a high cost to put you off from playing the card because you want to play it, you want to use it defensively. Super combo trait, and it's exactly the same also defensively. If you combo it in your opponent's turn from your hand, it gains 10k combo power. I mean, it's a 20k combo, and that's it. Just the only difference is being the trait, being the character and the trait. That's it. And character, trait, and color. So nothing more to say about that. They're just very good. Remember, you want to keep your super combos for defense because they get the benefit a lot more benefit defense than using them offensively. Then we've got the SRs for this deck, the big boss cards. So we've got a 5-drop Turtles here, which is 30k power. That's kind of a little bit less than you would expect for a 5 cost, normally being 35k, but it's not the big boss card because we've got the big boss being the Broly BR. So each of the stars kind of has the big boss to help push through the other ones they kind of push through double strike damage, but this Broly is a little bit different. And remember, this guy's a ramp deck, so the costs on card are a bit higher because you can ramp your energy to gain more energy quickly to play out these bigger things. And Turtles is one of the 2 ramp cards you've got in the deck, and a very good one at that because it's a 5-drop with 30k power, which is not too bad. Low power to its cost, but it's got some very good effects. It's got only 5k combo because the fact it's an SR. It's got quite a big combo power, but it's also got some very good skills. So it's got critical, so if it's attacking your leader and does damage, your opponent puts in the drops into hand, so a very nice skill to have with a ramper. And it's got a very good ramp effect, being on play, add up to one card with energy cost with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy, meaning you basically just place a card from your drop that's 3 or more from your drop to your energy in active mode, meaning you can make use of that energy then, and you've got more energy, so you're getting to energy, like higher energy quickly to save play out your big boss Broly. And you might be thinking any cost of 3 or more. Remember, you can always combo cards off your hands. If you haven't got a cost 3 or more in your hand, you can swing with something, combo off something that costs 3 or more to get in the drops. You can then ramp it with this. And usually, you're going to be using the ever ramp card in the deck for this effect to put in your energy, to wrap, so you don't have to like combo something big to use that. That's a really good effect. You normally want to play 4 of these turtles in there, because especially if you go in second and you get that energy marker, you can then on your turn 4 play this out and get you like replace that energy marker with actual energy, so you're then really not losing anything. And the more you get these on the board, the more 30k crits you have, and the more energy you ramp to basically then still for free put fuel on there for your leader's effect to sack off energy to draw and play bigger things. And then this 8-drop Broly is massive, because it's just crazy, because it's a 8-drop Broly and it's 45k, so that's the biggest thing we've seen so far. Like for an 8-drop, like it's not as strong for 8-drop. 8-drop would normally be 50k if you think about it, because like the cost like on a skill list up for each level would normally be 50k, but it's a 45k, which is still huge. It's gonna be really hard to attack over, and it's got some really good effects. That's why it, like huge power with really good effects means 0 combo power in it, and it's a Broly PR. So the leader is a normal Broly, but this is the Broly PR, like the remake Broly, like the official Broly. So it's got 2 effects. First one's on play, you draw cards, you gain a new card, and then you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. That's any of your opponent's battle cards. Now, up until this point, once we see all the starter decks, you'll see that there's no other card that hits anything and KOs it, only this. Whereas other cards have like a certain cost restriction, type restriction, anything like that. They have a restriction on what they can target, whereas it's just combo like KO any battle card your opponent controls. Madness. And then it's got on a when like it doesn't have double strike the other ones, but it does have a when attacking skill once per turn, switches card to active mode. So while the other boss cards like 35k with double strike, this one doesn't have double strike, but when it attacks, it restands, so it can attack twice. So technically, it doesn't have double strike, but it can put in 2 damage potentially by attacking twice. That's a really scary one. The only problem with these cards, remember, is that they got 0 combo cost in your sorry, not combo cost, combo power. So in your hand, they can't really be used to defend yourself, really, but they're very strong cards to help push through, and especially with this one being removal plus pushing through some big damage, because 45k, even if your opponent say 20k, like 20k units, this requires a super combo and a 10k. That's 2 cards at your hand, and one of them a super combo to not take damage from this, and they get 2 attacks out of it. I mean, you have to worry about that. And then we have some of the other cards, some of the other like odd characters that also came with this. Like it is weird. I also remember there were some cards, some skillless that they didn't reveal for some of the side decks. That's where they just forgot. And there's 3 compared to 2. Like there's 2 in each star deck, but there's 3 with the green ones, and the missing ones from the green ones were just skillless. And I think no, it was 4 from the Broly deck being skillless cards, and I think that was a 1 cost skillless Raditz, a 2 cost skillless Nappa, and then a 4 and a 6 cost skillless Broly. Two Brolys, 1 4 cost skillless, 1 6 cost skillless. So nothing great that wasn't revealed, just skillless cards, but still we've got some other ones. And we've got Angol and we've got Moa. So Angol is just a typical 2 cost 15k with critical, with 10k combo power. It's not too bad. It's nice for a turn 2 play to push through some crit damage, but it's quite weak for what it is for a 2 cost. But we haven't got Moa. Moa's a really good one. It's because this is normally what you want your 1 turn 1 play. So whatever every other deck has like a cantrip, Broly instead doesn't have a cantrip as a searcher, which isn't a guaranteed to gain you any cards, because it could whiff, it could not see one of its targets, but it can see enough targets in the deck. But then it's got a chance to not gain you anything if you're very unlucky. Because it's a 1 cost 5k with 5k combo. It's like the other cantrips, but its on play is look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Paragus or up to 1 extra and add it to your hand, then place the rest upon your deck. So it means from the top 5, you can grab any Paragus or extra card from among them, add to your hand, and then place the rest, shuffle the rest, put it at the bottom of your deck. But if you don't see any Paragus or extra card from among those 5, you then shuffle the 5 to the bottom of your deck and don't get anything. But this is really good to find your Paragus. So you can start playing it and loop the get like a loopable blocker, keep going, bring out Shamoan, block with it, defend it, and play it out for free. And next turn, kind of have a block every turn help against aggro, or find your extra card to help you ramp or gain some effects. Speaking of extra cards, that's what we have for the last of them, being the 2 extra cards with deck, and we have a 1 cost and a 3 cost. So we have the 1 cost Gigantic Meteor, which is our battle trick, and we have the 3 cost Destructive Drink, which is our ever ramp card. So we'll see our battle trick first. So as I said, they've all got the same first thing, which is activate battle. Choose your leader up to one of your battle cards. It gains 15k power for the battle. But each color has a different skill for the second part. And for Broly's, it is, well, for Gigantic Meteor, sorry, it is Den. If you have 6 or more energy, that card gets 10k power for the battle. So this, if once you have 6 or more energy, this becomes a 25k power boost for the battle for 1 energy. So for 1 energy, you can swing and put an extra 25k power into that swing for 1 energy, or defensively defend out 25k extra power for just 1 energy. That's very, very good. That's really good. And all you have to do is get 6 or more energy, which if you give them the ramp cards, as long as you see them properly, you can ramp up and get early enough. And this helps with any like big swings you're trying to get out of for very little energy. So remember, you want to try and combo out things for as cheap as possible using as least amount of cards as possible. And Gigantic Meteor helps really well with that, being like strong, like more useful than a super combo defensively or even aggressively as well to put through a killing swing. Especially if you put your opponent down to 1 energy, you drop the 8 drop and you put an extra 25k to its already 45k power, your opponent's going to have to use a lot of cards to defend out of that, and that's just 9 energies worth of cards, which seems a lot, but it's not too bad when you get to a later game and you're finishing them off and it's the killing swing. And then you got Destructive Strength. This is the 3 cost, and you can see this is the first one, I think, that's quite high costing. That's got all 3 dots, like all the dots for its cost. So this one's the first one that we've seen with 3 dots for its cost, 3 cost. But that makes sense because you don't want and they just basically don't want you to use your energy marker to use this to ramp. They want you to make sure you're not ramping until turn 3, because it's activate main, add 1 card from the top of your deck to your energy. So you basically pay him 3 green energy to then put a card from your hand, from your top of your deck into your energy, and it comes active as well, so it comes ready to use. You can make use of it like cantrip or 1 drop, but then it means you got a way to ramp as well. Remember, extra cards, what they got very strong effects, they're kind of dead in your hand defensively outside of like the battle trick. So this destructive strength, if you put too many in your deck and draw into too many of them, you don't get to use them. And the funny thing is, the extra cards also have a trait as well. Like you can see down here, they have Saiyan because Broly's a Saiyan. So it's quite interesting how they've got a trait, but also remember that you normally get searches that say, like with the Moa, they say search for an extra or a character. So that is it for the green deck. So yeah, as you can see, like it's got a blocker that you keep recurring. It's only got 1 blocker compared to red had no blocker, I don't think, and you can just keep looping that over to defend yourself, which is quite cool. And you've got ramps, so you can play out your bigger things early. But the only problem with this is if you get attacked aggressively, be forced to awaken before you get to the later game and like higher energy, you're gonna have a hard time because you're gonna be is gonna not really gonna be drawing much because you're gonna have to sack off energy to get the draws. So you're either not sacking off energy to draw and using the ramp instead, not gaining more cards as quickly, or you're sacking off your energy to keep gaining the cards but not able to get to the like the bigger energy to play the bigger things as quickly. So that's why I feel it's the 3rd best of the star decks. But let me know if you disagree or you agree, because you can do it by either liking the video, comment down below, or subscribing as well. And that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Feel free to check out the next one, because I'll see you next one when I go over what I feel is the 2nd best of the star decks of Future World. So that's all for me. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.